Channel. Today is Tuesday, August 20th. Taco Tuesday on PrizePicks. We got our first one released. We got Zach Wheeler's pitcher strikeouts discounted down from 7 to 5.5. Hopefully it's a good day and all three tacos cash, but it all starts with the tacos. I'm going to be pairing it with my favorite gobbies, but the first taco I'm going to start one with the day one of the Latter Day Challenge. And I'm going to go with Bryce Miller. I know he has a tough matchup against the Dodgers. But we all saw what Bryan Woo did. He was on innings restriction. He still managed to pitch 6 innings. He pitched very effectively against the Dodgers. I expect the same from Bryce Miller, who is a better pitcher than Bryan Woo. I'm going to be taking his pitcher strikeouts. His pitching outs, I'm definitely going to be taking that on a separate slip. So you can either take his pitching outs or his pitcher strikeouts. I have him projected to get 5 against the Dodgers. Bryan Woo had 6 and 6 innings against the Dodgers yesterday. So I'm going to go with Bryce Miller. He does have better stuff than Bryan Woo. So I'm going to be taking the over, and that is my pair for the first taco. You can also pair it with the Gobby and bring it down to a 3.5. But he's been averaging 5 strikeouts in the past 10 games. So if you want to play it safe, you can take his Gobby at 3.5. I'm just going to be taking his full line for the day one of the Latter Day Challenge. Let's head on over to some props that I like. We got a full slate for MLB today, 15 games on tab. Pitcher strikeouts that I like, Carson Spires for Cincinnati Reds at 4. I have him projected to get 5 against the Blue Jays. Past 10, he's gotten over 9 of those 10 at 4 strikeouts or more. Reynaldo Lopez was at 4. It got bumped to 4.5. Most likely going to fade it now given the bump. Javier Alzada, I'm definitely taking the under on him. He's been averaging 3 strikeouts in the past 10 games. He started the season off great, averaging 5 strikeouts, but the past 10 starts, probably since the All-Star break, he's been averaging 2-3 strikeouts a game. He's not much of a strikeout pitcher, so I'll be taking the under on his strikeouts. Cole Ragans, can never go wrong with Cole Ragans. Got the matchup there. Probably take his fantasy score over his strikeouts. Tyler Anderson is becoming a popular play for going over at 4 strikeouts. I believe Daily Grind Fantasy is one of his top picks at 54% hit rate to go over. The matchup is not there. The Royals do not strike out very much. So I'm probably going to take the over on his pitcher strikeouts, but it's going to be a sweat. Martin Perez has been a different pitcher ever since he joined the Padres. So most likely going to fade it going against the Twins. The Twins do strike out a lot. Robbie Ray, the matchup is there. Take his pitcher strikeouts or his fantasy. Walker Buehler, this is the highest line I've seen it at 5. Usually he's been averaging 2-3 strikeouts a game. He was a strikeout pitcher, but ever since he had his second Tommy John surgery, strikeouts hasn't been there. He's probably going to be on an innings or pitch limit restriction as well, coming off of the IL. So most likely he's going to fade it. Let's head on over to hits allowed, which I was able to find Shane Baz at 4.5. That's my best prop for the hits allowed. Reynaldo Lopez is not bad, but he is coming off of injury, so I'm not sure if he's going to pitch a full 5. But Shane Baz is the best one for hits allowed. That's another prop you can take. Pitcher fantasy score, like I mentioned, Zach Wheeler is a good one. Cody Bradford, the matchup is there against Pittsburgh. I like that one as well. Probably more than his pitcher strikeouts. Cole Reagan, same thing. Robbie Ray as well against the White Sox. And that sums up pretty much the props for MLB. Let's head on over to WNBA. Let's head on over to rebounds. Dearica Hamby was my favorite last night. It was at 8.5. She's at 8. Most likely I'm going to pivot to her fantasy score now. Hamby has a tough matchup against Connecticut. Usually she struggles. 90% of the time she struggles against Connecticut. So I'm going to be taking her fantasy score under at 33.5. That's one prop that I like. Another one is Raquel Jackson. And most likely going to be pivoting to her points and rebounds. As you can see, her points is a popular play. But I really like her points and rebounds at 16.5. I want to take her fantasy score, but as you can see, it's not posted yet. Since Hamby struggles against Connecticut, I think Raquel Jackson should step up. Or you can also pick Zura Stevens. She's also another good option. Fantasy score looks enticing at 23.5. But I'm just going by the history that Hamby does struggle a lot against Connecticut. But the probably best prop will be Raquel Jackson for the Sparks. And last but not least will be Satu Sabali. And for her, there's a couple props that I like. PRA or fantasy score is not bad. Making the second game since her injury. She's one of the top players for Dallas. Tough matchup going against Liberty, so I think they're going to need her more than ever. So most likely be taking her fantasy score at 35. Her first game back, she had 40. As you can see, she had 43.1 off of a major injury. So making her second game back against the Liberty, I think she's going to eclipse that. So that's another good option as well. Or you can just target her PRA at 30.5. Just know it was a bump. It was at 30 last night. But these are the only props I like for WNBA. I do like an assist prop with Sykes. She is at 4. Worst case scenario on that one, she pushes. But I'll be taking the under against Seattle. And that sums up with all my WNBA picks. So mix and match, got plenty to choose from. If you want to play it safe with the tackles, pair it with your favorite gobbies, either WNBA or MLB. That's what I'll be doing for the next 2 tackles. Just wanted to take advantage for that day 1 of the Ladder Day Challenge before Bryce Miller's dust gets bumped. Other than that, please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support, and see you guys in the next one.